to me like, I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down. I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down.
Hey y'all, it's Caitlyn, pronoun she, her. So, as some of you know, I am an ornament addict, for sure. I love Christmas time. If it was up to me, I'd have a Christmas tree up all year round. It's not up to me. So, Hallmark's Dreambook dropped this week. I've had it for a few weeks now because I'm a member of their Keepsake Ornament Club. You've already seen that video, hopefully. But in this video, I thought, let's just go through what I think are the highlights of the fandom portions of the Dreambook ornaments. So we're going to be talking about some ornaments that I'm not going to be buying because I'm not necessarily in the fandom and I don't enjoy it that much. But I know a lot of other people do. But I'm also not going to be talking about every single fandom that's represented in the Keepsake ornaments this year, because some of them is just like one random ornament. Like there's a Rick and Morty ornament in the book, and it's the only Rick and Morty ornament in the book. If you like Rick and Morty, pick it up. If you don't, I don't necessarily consider it like, oh wow, kind of a thing. But we are going to get started with the Grinch. Of course, I have to talk about the Grinch. This one is a little bit lackluster. I feel like I'm going to get it. I don't care. But it's the Grinch with a little... It's supposed to be like the little x-ray thing on his chest. And it's lenticular, so if you move it side to side, the heart will grow. And it retails for $21.99. It'll come out in July. Half the Hallmark ornaments come out in July, the other half in October. Except for some of the special ornaments, like the Pride ornament for this year is already on Hallmark shelves and on their website to order. If you have something commemorable being done in 2025, like a wedding or your kid being born or something, they have ornaments for all that. New house, a whole bunch of stuff that are already available. But the specialty ornaments, half of them in July, half in October. And again, I'm skipping some of them here because we don't need to talk about every one, but I do think it's funny how the dad from Christmas Story is just literally holding the leg from the leg lamp. This one's called Family Controversy. It's $20. It'll be out in July. Now, I'm not going to do all the sports ones because, again, I don't care, but I will say there is a Stone Cold Steve Austin ornament, so if you're into wrestling, there you go. They do a few wrestling ornaments. I think about one a year, and this is the one. I think the pose is awesome. I think the sculpt is perfect. I mean, if you're a Stone Cold fan, there you go. It's $21. It'll be out in October. Now, this whole set of Darth Vader Christmas tree thing, this is a mini tree, and you can order all the different parts to it via Hallmark. So the topper itself is a little Darth Vader sculpt, and it does light up, I believe. I think it says perform synchronized sounds and light, and it's to the Imperial March. So you have Darth Vader at the top. It's $30, and all this is out in July. It'll be $30, and then you have the mini tree itself, which is a whopping $45. If you can find a mini tree that's black, I'd go ahead and get that, because you can find mini black trees for a lot cheaper than $45. But these also come with the little ornament themed colors. But again, you could find, red and gold ornaments for really cheap. And then the mini tree skirt is $17, which again is a little bit expensive, but it is something kind of unique, so that's up to you. Okay, so now to the page with the mini ornaments. The mini ornaments are literally about an inch tall, and they are around $10 each. Some of the licensed ones are a little bit more because they're licensed. Of these ones that I think are of note is this trio of Pokemon ones. So it's the Kanto starters, but they're all themed Christmassy. So Bulbasaur has a cute little hat on, Squirtle is getting into a snowball fight, and Charmander has a couple presents for Christmas. I think it's so freaking cute. Those are $28. They'll be out in October. There's also this really cute one of Beetlejuice, which I didn't think I would ever say, but there you go. The Beetlejuice one is $12. It'll be out in July. And if you missed out on the Luna Lovegood for from a few years ago, you can get a mini one of her from Harry Potter for $11. It's out in October. Now we're getting into some Disney. Alright, now we're getting into some Disney, which I think some of these are great. I highly recommend going through all the Disney ones if you have time, just to get online and go through all the Disney ones, because I think some of them are just banging. But one really cute one I like is from the Light Parade. I think they do one of these every year, but this one is Goofy in the Light Parade, and it's just called Disney's Electrical Parade. It is $33. It'll be out in July, and I believe, yep, it is powered by the magic cord, which is the only downfall to these. If you don't know what the power cord is, basically it's this special little cord that Hallmark sells that adapts only to their ornaments. It's about $10. I personally don't like it. I prefer ones where I can just put a battery in, but again, it's there if you want it. It also says it plays music from the parade. I'm literally having to read this super small print, okay guys? So I know the editing is going to be a little bit chopped up and weird. Now, for some reason Hallmark just can't stay away from Haunted Mansion, which I'm not complaining about. But these are all pretty much, most of them are the exact same that we've had for a while. But here we go. There's 2 different collections this year. I'm just going to put the first one here, where it's the Tree Topper itself, and then one of the Hitchhiking Ghosts, and then one of the opera singers. The Tree Topper, which is the mansion, I believe this is the Disneyland catchin. The Disneyland mansion. And these are all from the power cord too, so you have to have the power cord to operate all these. But the topper is $150. But if you are a pure Haunted Mansion fan, this would be good to have on your shelf all year round. Hallmark does impressive sculpts, okay? So you can have it, and it also comes with a little bitty remote. That's the Haunted Mansion logo that also doubles as an ornament. The Hitchhiking Ghosts are $45, and so are the opera singers. The Topper and the opera singers come out in July, the Hitchhiking Ghosts in October. And then here's this second one, which I believe most of it we've had before. Again, I believe this is the Disney World Haunted Mansion. The Tree Topper comes out, all of this one comes out in July, is another $150. And then you have Constance, which is $40. You have the Caretaker with his dog, which is another $40. You have the Singing Bus, which is $45. You have the Victor Geist, which is the organ player, for $45. Madame Leota for $45, which is the one I really want. And finally, the Dude in the Coffin, which is also $45. So if you're big Haunted Mansion fans, there you go. Alright, here we go back into some classic Disney stuff. Let's see. I'm actually trying to figure out which ones I want to talk to you about, because there's honestly a lot of cute ones in here. I will say every year they do a Precious Moments Disney one, and this year it is Tinkerbell on a little spool of thread, which is so cute. It is $35. It comes out in July. I know there's a lot of Little Mermaid fans out there. There is a magic ornament, and when it says magic, that means it either lights up or plays music. In this case, it plays dialogue from this, and it's Ariel with the Eric statue, so it plays dialogue from the movie. It is $28. It comes out in July. Also in Disney, and this one I will say I am 100% getting, because it is Kim Possible with Rufus. Oh my god, yes, please. Please, please, please. I loved Kim Possible as a kid, so I am very excited for this. And it is $21. It's out in October. A limited quantity. Now, the limited quantity ones are kind of hard to get sometimes. I know if you're doing it in person, you have to get there the day of and just ask for it. And if obviously they have it later, then you can just come back. Or you can come in a few days and get it. But this limited quantity one is Kronk with the Squirrel, which is adorable. I absolutely love this. This is $20. It's out in October. I didn't put this on my list. I might still pick it up. Also, limited quantity is Sid from Toy Story. Usually they do a Pixar villain. Yeah. This works. This is cute to have Sid, finally. It's also $20. It's out in July. And, oh, I missed one. There's also another Precious Moments one this time. This is young Carl and Ellie as young adults with the mailbox when they're doing the little handprints. This is another limited quantity one, so it will probably go fast, especially with how popular Up is. It is $44 or $45, excuse me. It's out in July. And for the Funko one for Disney, it's Stitch in the little dome where he's being captured or being, contained. It lights up, and it is $27. It's out in July. And again, guys, there's a lot more Disney on here if you want to get one. There was a Jasmine ornament, there was a Rapunzel ornament, yeah, there was a Inside Out ornament. If you're into Disney, go check them out. I'm just doing what I think are the cool ones, or what I think is worth mentioning, I guess. I don't know. Okay, with the Peanuts, this is really cute. I'm going to talk about two of them. One of them is being called Snoopy as the Flying Ace. So we all know Snoopy does that daydream where he's the Red Baron. But this is really cool because there's like a full-fledged photo frame that folds out from the ornament. So you can fold it into like a cube and then it folds out. And there's a whole comic strip behind it, which is really stinking cool. This is $40. $40. I had to make sure, like, is that a 3? Yeah. It is $39.99. It is out in July. And then another one, which is really cool, but again, also pretty expensive, is one that says, "Let's go sledding." And it's the Peanuts crew sliding around a snowman. And it's even got printing around the side with other characters on it. And it says it lights up and plays Let It Snow as the gang sleds. So this one's much more interactive than the other one. I just think the other one's cool because it's a comic strip, and that's where Charlie Brown started, obviously. But this one is $47. It's out in October. Now I'm into the set where they classify it as kind of like the little kids group, where it's pretty much the Nickelodeon stuff as well as just some DreamWorks stuff sprinkled in and some generic stuff. So they do have this really cool Michelangelo from the new style of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is $19. It's out in October. They also have Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is also $19. It's out in July. If you're a Shrek fan, they have this one, and it's actually called "And to All a Gross Night," which is perfect. It's also $19. It's out in July. Now, I don't necessarily consider these a highlight, but I do want to talk about it because we didn't get any Lego ornaments last year. I don't believe we did anyway. Maybe we did. Maybe we got like another generic one. I don't know. But this is another generic one. When I say generic, I'm talking about it's not Christmas themed. They was doing for a while where you got like Santa or an elf or a gingerbread man, which I got them all. And then they had ones where they were doing the licensed ones where they were doing like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. But now it looks like they're just doing like Lego people, because this is just two separate, a Lego girl and a Lego boy dressed as Lego bricks themselves. They're both $17. They're both out in October. So I just wish Lego would do a little bit more, is what I'm saying. They also do a few Barbie ornaments every year, and usually they're just kind of plain. But I think it's really cute how they made an entire dream house, and they actually decorated it for Christmas. So there's a dream house ornament in their dress, and it's called the Merriest Dream House Barbie ornament. It is a freaking $46 though, and it is out in October, but it does light up and sing. So there's that at least. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, they have a Gandalf the Grey, which is absolutely awesome. I didn't put this on my list. I might pick it up when I finally see it. It says it plays dialogue from the scene, and it looks like it's You Shall Not Pass scene. It's been a while since I watched the movie. I could be wrong. Please tell me if I am. This is $28. It's out in October. Now, this I think is really cute. They've been doing this for at least 2 or 3 years now, where they pick a movie, like a classic movie that almost everyone but me has seen, and they put it in like one of these now showing ones that looks like from like older movie theaters. So this one is Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is really cute. I love it. It lights up, and it is $25. It's with the power cord, unfortunately. Some of these others might be with the power cord, and it's just so tiny I'm not seeing it, but it's out in October. There's actually 2 Scooby ornaments this year. Usually there's only one. I'm only going to talk about the Funko one here, though, because usually the others are pretty plain. And honestly, this one is too. But it is Scooby, Funko Scooby in the Mystery Machine, which is cute. It is $33. It's out in October. I think the Funko ornaments are a little bit more expensive because they're having to pay Funko and the licensing company, and that's why it's up a bit. Like the normal Scooby one, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it here. It's Scooby holding a Christmas tree and a little stocking. It's $20. It's also out in October. But yeah, it's weird. They also have this really cute Looney Tune ornament. It's not as cute as the ones they've had in previous years, but I've regretted not getting the Looney Tunes one in previous years, so I put this one down for me to get. This one is $19, coming out in July, and it's Bugs Bunny in the Looney Tune logo drum. And if you're a horror fan, which I know some people are, I'm definitely not, but they do have a Funko Pop of The Exorcist, which is of Reagan from The Exorcist. It's $30. It's out in July. And apparently if you pull the string, you can see the head spin, which I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty damn cool. Alright, as we all know, Wicked was huge last year, so of course they always put Wizard of Oz ornaments out, but they had put one specifically of Wicked, and it's called Popular. So it's Ariana Grande as Glinda singing Popular. It is $25. It's out in October. There's also this really cool one of the classic Wicked Witch from the original movie, and it's called I'm Melting. This is $50. It's powered by the power cord. It's out in July, but you actually see the witch melt along, like it goes into the base and it lights up and plays dialogue from the movie. That's pretty damn cool. You can't lie and tell me that ain't cool. Now, I don't know anything about Star Trek whatsoever, but there's an ornament of, it's called the Star Trek Strategic Operations Simulator arcade game. It sounds like, I'm guessing this was like an actual arcade game that was in like actual arcades, because it says it lights up and plays sounds from the 1983 arcade game. So it has to be like an actual like cabinet game that had in like actual arcades, right? So this is a miniature version of it, and it plays the sounds from the game. So if you remember this and you remember playing this as a kid, this would be amazing to have, just as not even an ornament, just as, again, something to keep on your shelf. This is $37 and out in October. Okay, we are into Star Wars territory now. So last year they started, and I regret not getting it. I want to say it was Darth Vader. They started up a collection where they were doing the vintage figures as ornaments, and this year is Luke Skywalker. So it looks like it's an action figure in the original packaging. This is $23. It's coming out in October. Also, the big one for Star Wars this year, holy shit, it's the Let the Wookiee Win. It is a whopping $80. It's powered by the power cord. It's out in July, but it lights up and plays video and dialogue from the film. I don't know where the video is. Maybe there's a screen on the back, or maybe it's the little hologram things on the... I honestly have no idea, but it says this thing plays video. Also in Star Wars, and then we'll move on, is a limited quantity one that is coming out in July. Is $20, and it is Darth Vader prior helmet. This thing is creepy as hell, and I love it. It's so cool. Okay, so there's a lot of Harry Potter ones. Again, there's this tree topper. I know they've had this tree topper before, where it's the car in the tree. It is, again, $150. It's out in July. It's powered by the power cord ornament. Now, or the power cord thing. Now, there's a lot of different character ornaments out as well. They're all either $35 or $40, because some of them have 2 characters in it. So you have one with Hagrid, one with Harry, one with Ron and Hermione, one with Dobby by himself, and one with Lucas and Draco. I got most of them, but all of these are out in July. The ones with 2 again are $40. The ones with single are $35. Okay, so the actual description, it shows like in the catalog. It says each ornament performs an exciting scene. Collect them all to unlock a larger, amazing interactive performance. So it seems like if you have all 5 of them together and you press it, they might sync up to each other, which would be really cool, again, if you had them all on a tree. And again, there's more Harry Potter ones on here. I'm not Jenny, though, so I can't tell you too much about them. But I can tell you about Wolverine. So there is a Funko ornament of Wolverine where he's standing on a Sentinel's head, and the Sentinel's eyes does light up. This is $30. It's out in July. One that I think is absolutely amazing this year for Marvel, and we're gonna get into even the more amazing DC stuff here in a second, but this one is really cool. So last year they did one where it was like the original Iron Man or something. I think it was like, was it Secret Wars? I can't remember. Where it was a comic book with 3D characters. This year it is the Fantastic Four, with all 4 of them coming out of the comic. I think that's amazing. But let's talk about the 2 DC ones that I am for sure as hell getting. Hell, I might even get multiple of this one. We finally, thank you Hallmark, for giving us another Linda Carter ornament. This is Wonder Woman Linda Carter. Oh my god, this is $30. It's out in July. It says if you pull the string to see her twirl and hear the classic theme song. This is so cool. They got her on a little platform. She is beautiful, and the fact that they made her spin is actually really cool. And also this year from DC again, and again there's more DC ones, but we're talking about the 2 cool ones. This is apparently the 90th anniversary for DC Comics, which is awesome. So this one is DC Through the Ages. This is $22. It's out in October, and the center of it spins, so you see Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman in their more classic ways, and then you turn it around and you see them from a modern standpoint, which I think is just awesome. Now another tree topper we have is the Mario Star. This one's a lot less expensive than the others. This one is only $80, still expensive. It's out in July. I don't believe it uses the power cord, however, so plus for sure. There are 3 full-size Pokemon ornaments coming out this year. That goes along with 3 mini ones, and also there was a 4th mini Pokemon ornament I didn't talk about. There's a Rowlet. But we also have Bulbasaur, Jigglypuff, and another Pikachu for some reason. No. The Bulbasaur is $19. It's out in July. The Jigglypuff is $22. It's out in October. And the Pikachu is $18. It's out in July. So this Pikachu is like waving. The one we've had before was him like on all 4s or something. And of course the Minecraft movie is coming out if it hasn't already. So they gave you a sheep. A pink sheep. I've never played the game. I don't plan on seeing the movie, but they gave you a sheep. It's $18. Is out in October. There's also this other really cute one. This is just supposed to be from the game, where it's the polar bears in a snowy tundra. It says it's out in July. It's $25. I think this is a lot cooler than the sheep, but whatever. Y'all tell me if the movie one's better or not. And the very last page in the Dreambook, one half is dedicated to Nightmare Before Christmas, the other one to Halloween. So for Nightmare Before Christmas, they have this epic Christmas countdown ornament, which is really cool. It does have like a digital display on it. I don't believe it uses the power cord, thank God. But it is called Christmas Town Countdown. It is $45. Comes out in July. Says count the days down with light, moving clock hands, and music from what's this? Also, you have the Nutcracker. This Nutcracker design for Jack was so popular last year. And I guess, I'm sure all these ornaments have been in development since last year at least, if not 2023. But the lever actually moves, so it looks like a working Nutcracker. Please don't actually use it as a Nutcracker. Please. But also, there's another set of the Citizens for Halloween Town. Now, if y'all go back to my haul, I don't know if it was the first, I think it was the first haul I did in July of last year with the ornaments. I did get the Citizens of Halloween Town from 2023 because there was a delay in it. And I said it wasn't worth the price. Those were $75 for 5 different characters. This one is $68 for 4. So it's not really much of a price difference there. But you get the vampire dude, the Harlequin demon, the mayor, and Sally. So the mayor and Sally, I would say, they're characters that are worth it, but I don't think it's worth paying the $68 for. I'm not going to buy this one. I'm going to pass, but they are really cute. They are really, really cute. Speaking of adorable, they have this one with Pikachu dressed in a little pumpkin suit. It's cute. I haven't got it. I didn't put it down. I still might get it though. It's $20. It's out in July. They also have a light up Stitch jack-o'-lantern. This one does work with the power cord, unfortunately. It is $27. It's out in July. 2 more we're going to talk about. Have the Headless Horseman, which is awesome. I hate the movie. The Disney version of Headless Horseman, Ichabod Crane, even I don't really care that much for the Adventures of Mr. Toad, but I do really like the Headless Horseman by itself. It's really cool. It's $23. It's out in July. And also out in July at $21, we have Tonight We Fly, which is Winifred on a broomstick with a moon behind her, which is really cool. Except we already have a Winifred ornament. It's not this cool, like she's holding Book, and I've complained about Book before that it doesn't look like Book. It just looks like a book. So I don't know if I'll get this one or not. If I knew her sisters were going to be, down the line, I would go ahead and get this and put my other 3 up for sale that I have of just them as is. But if I knew like Mary was going to come out on her vacuum and Sarah on her mop, I would get this. So this is a big maybe for me. I don't know yet. But those are what I see as the highlights of this. Again, guys, there are a lot more. There's more Grinch stuff that I didn't talk about. There's a lot more Marvel and DC, a lot more Star Wars, a lot more Harry Potter. There was a Ghostbusters ornament in here. There was some more horror ornaments, some more Halloween ornaments in general. A lot more Disney, more Barbie, some sports cars ones, like actual cars, and actually both. There's Disney cars and actual cars in here. So definitely go through the website if you want to. Look at the Dreambook itself while it's the digital version online. There's a lot of cool, just like regular Christmassy ornaments too. Some of them are really funny. I really enjoy. I'm just gonna put this in here for fun. There is a reindeer that's posing for a mugshot, and it plays Grandma got run over by a reindeer. And the little ID number on the plaque it's holding is the date for Christmas this year. Like 12/25/2025, which that is just adorable. Okay, but let me know if any of these if you're interested in any of these ornaments. Let me know if you are going to be putting in a order at Hallmark. I definitely have already, and I cannot wait to see some of these ornaments in person, especially that Wonder Woman one. Thank God it's not Gal Gadot again. I respect Gal Gadot Wonder Woman. Linda Carter is 10 times better. And yeah, I know it's too early to talk about Christmas, but again, if you put your pre-orders in now, you can get them in July really easily. So, just saying. Plus, it's an excuse for me to talk about Christmas. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like always, it's a community, not competition. I'll see y'all later. Bye.